Great day, you all. It is July 25th, 3:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Standard Eastern Time, however you say it. And I got a word for you. I want you to read Matthew chapter 17, verses 21. And it reads, "However, this kind does not go out except by prayer and fasting." And if you go back, I need you to read Matthew 17, let's say 14, all the way back up to 21. You have a man that comes to Jesus begging for help, asking for mercy on him. And Jesus' response pretty much is to cast the demon out of him. You get what I'm saying? You're going to have to bring your family to God. And I want to talk to the men. This doesn't even, I'm not going to say that this just clearly says, man, bring your family to God. But as I was praying earlier this morning already, 3-something in the morning, the thought came while I was praying that all the males who I know, who have children, who have wives, that we got to take our family to God. We have to have dominion in our household. And this doesn't have to be forcibly, but it has to be firm to say, hey, we gonna serve God. So guys, I want to remind you all, if nobody's ever told you all, stop letting these women dictate your relationship with God. Already have one on your own. And if you haven't projected one before the lady that you with, before your children that you're raising, start projecting. In the morning time, grab your children, grab your wife. We're going to pray today. And you ain't even got to pray out loud because you're praying to God, you're talking with God. But I say, hey, announce your prayer out loud amongst your family in your household. And if your family's divided, you got the children one weekend, the mother got them next weekend, do it while the children are with you. And if y'all are married, that's even better. Grab the whole household. If y'all in different houses and y'all got a line of connection, get on the line and pray. And here's why you announce, and I tell people all the time, when you're praying to God, which has helped me to stay focused, if I speak it out loud, then I don't forget that I'm praying. Because sometimes you can pray in silence. I just said a prayer, and you can get lost in your prayer. You can fall asleep, but when you're talking and speaking it out loud, it's like standing up in your prayer. You get what I'm saying? It gives you the stick-to-itness to finish your prayer, to be bold about it. I mean, whatever works for you. But guys, men, fathers, take your children to God. Take your wife to God. Take your family to God. And the children, yeah, you got to just you got to direct them. Another adult, if that's your wife and y'all are one, then she going to follow suit anyhow. But your behavior has to follow suit as well. So you just can't be, and y'all already know, guys, I know myself, you can't be talking about God and not being godly to your spouse. You get what I'm saying? You can't be talking about God and not being godly to your children. So what's godly? You can read that Bible as a manual to see examples of what Jesus was or what God is. You know what I'm saying? And my whole depiction of Jesus, and I just was saying this with somebody yesterday, Jesus is the physical form of God. And if you don't believe that part of the Bible, that's just on you. It's still, if it's just a character, and I said this before, whether it's imaginary or not, if you pass the first 5 books of the Bible and you say, hey, the rest of it's foolery, it's a good darn book. I can say that. It's a good example of how to treat others, how to love others, how to have compassion amongst others. You get what I mean? And if you just in the first 5 books, however you take it, I still believe that God, the supernatural God, the Lord, the Most High, however you want to refer, will still be pleased for anybody being positive and taking dominion over their household, control over their household. And when you look in that mirror and you doing what God tell you to do, you see God because God is in you. God is you. Whatever been made that's doing what we are assigned to do according to the notes that have been transcribed for us in this Bible, whatever part of the Bible you like, that's an act of God. It's like when I heard Bishop T.D. Jakes, I saw a video the other day. He said, well, God didn't make not one chair. You get what I'm saying? But he gave us trees. And it's what you do with whatever God puts in your life. What do you make of it? That's the God in you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to confuse anybody. I just want to just say, take your family to God. Take your family to God. And don't be ashamed of it. Guys, stop letting these women call y'all N-words. Stop letting these women say you ain't ish. You know what I mean? You got to tell that lady, hey, I told everyone I dated, you don't refer to me as an N-word. No, that's not me. Ain't gonna do it, can't do it. You got to set that standard. Stop thinking that you got to go to jail and go to prison and take those type of risks to be validated as a man, to be validated as a head of your household. Nah, it's other ways. It's better ways, y'all. It's better ways. You have to let your walk and your speech and your talk and your posture be the action that aligns with what a godly man ought to be. It's okay. You can still be tough. You can still be a leader. You can still be respected. And if that woman that you with, your children are your children, but that woman that you with, that wife that you with, if she can't respect the God in you, then maybe that ain't your wife. Maybe y'all wasn't married under, the pavilion that y'all was supposed to be married under. And you got to make the decision about that. But I just want to encourage you guys, take your family to God. And if there's no man in that household and it's just a single mother, you take your babies to God. You pray every day. You fast on certain things that you know God will have you fast on. You get rid of certain people. You take total control of that situation in the godly way, ladies. And you don't look back. You don't let no man make you compromise what you know God told you to do. That's it. Keep it there. Matthew 17:21. Read a book. Some demons go out by prayer and by fasting. And that's what we're going to have to do, especially in 2024. We got to pray on some things and we got to fast. We got to do without some things so that we can get godly gifts, godly blessings, godly elevation. Keep it there.